This trilogy is a long time coming, and will it end well for Vegeta? Well, the odds are a little short. Hey guys, MasakoX here. We are about to come to the end of a What If series of videos. I know, that's pretty unusual here, because I can't get enough of What If-ry, and coming up with stories based around the world of Akira Toriyama, I just can't stop. But with this, we have to make an exception, since there's not much else to go on after this, and also, it kind of feels right for what we've been setting up. So before Vegeta starts to raid his original empire, I wish to make a shout out to today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. This game and I have faced off in the field of battle before, and we meet again. And I'm not usually one for RPG games, but Raid got me into the genre, and I must say, I am really impressed with what I've seen. From the very start, the graphics draw you in on either your iOS or Android devices and make you marvel at where games have come. Over 10 million players across the world have become legends using the skills of over 400 champions to join forces with. I myself chose Elhain because she's a pretty effective paladin, and paladins are my jam. Be sure to jump in now, especially with the brand new Faction Wars feature having just gone live. And with this game being free to play, there is no reason to not give Raid Shadow Legends a try and see where all of these opportunities take you. I have had tons of fun with this game, and over 300,000 reviews agree with me, giving it a nigh on perfect score. If Raid feels like something you can get behind too, then use the special links in the description below and you can get 50,000 silver and a free epic champion as part of the new player program. Be sure to log in every day for your first 90 days to get very useful gear to strengthen your champions. So go download Raid Shadow Legends and give it a try. Thank you for listening. If you recall in the last part, things weren't looking so good for Emperor Vegeta. Despite the prince getting the jump on Frieza after the latter trusting the former a little too much, Vegeta's time as the de facto Emperor of Universe 7 came to a much earlier end, thanks to the brother of Frieza stepping up and basically just saying, nope! You see, Vegeta got usurped by Cooler, not out of compassion for his brother or anything, brotherly loyalty, nah. It was more to do with the fact that Cooler just wanted power, seized the opportunity, and didn't want a Saiyan to be the one in charge of a galaxy. As a result, Cooler is now sitting pretty, and has forcefully acquired most of Vegeta's loyal subjects, and was able to summon the Big Getty Star to his side, for unknown reasons. Those two just need to get a room now. The dethroned Emperor, now without his subjects and empire to fall back on, he literally had nothing to his name, other than his name, needed to find some allies and fast. Or at least people that he knew could at least pose some kind of challenge to Cooler in some way. So he had to return to Earth in order to find help. His pride didn't like it, but it was the only idea that he had. Bulma helped him get to Korin and Yajirobe, who informed him that Goku was last seen on Kami's lookout. Whilst there, a shocked Vegeta discovers that a bearded Kakarot is truly there. It wasn't some kind of tactic to rebuff the prince or be mean to him. Goku had just left the Room of Spirit in Time, you see, and he is rocking a Super Saiyan hairstyle, and that's where we begin this story's conclusion. Vegeta had seen a lot of things in his lifetime, but he never once expected to stumble upon the legendary Super Saiyan of all things, as well as he, the prince, right here in front of his very eyes. He thought he was the strongest Saiyan in the universe. This low-class warrior had acquired this phenomenal power without him even knowing it. It's a lot to take in. In his initial shock, Vegeta just doesn't know what to do. He had planned to talk to this powerful oaf, but he's just left motionless and just staring with abject fear and confusion. However, the object of his gaze isn't as befuddled. Without any more hesitation, Goku decides to go for the prince, in Vegeta's mind mistaking him for an enemy. The two clash in a Super Saiyan duel on top of the lookout. I mean, the Room of Spirit and Time is not yet known to Vegeta, and so Goku's power acquisition remains a mystery for a moment, but due to this present fight, Vegeta can't think about the hows and the whys of Goku's power. He's having to deal with the power head on. the duel does some pretty substantial damage to the Lookout, akin to what happened during a supposed saga called Garlic Jr. I don't remember it. I think it was just a little bit of filler somehow, somewhere. They just keep on fighting each other until their very last breath, or at least they want to. Because Kami steps up and calmly tells him to stop. "That's enough, Goku. I would rather you not destroy what's left of my home, please." Goku powers down instantly and laughs at Kami, apologizing for getting a little carried away with his actions. He just wanted to test Vegeta's power is all. He just got a little distracted. And at the same time, he turns back to Vegeta and acknowledges Vegeta's strength, showing a considerable amount of respect for the former Emperor. However, Vegeta isn't able to say his piece before Goku interrupts him again with a more serious tone. "I think I know what you're gonna say, Vegeta, and the answer is no."
"What? How did you know
I don't think of you as a guy who would make a social call to places like this without a reason, but I'm not interested in joining your empire. Besides, I didn't think you would ever need my help.
That being said, he then turns the conversation onto his allies who had joined Vegeta. He asks if his friends and son are taken good care of so far, but Vegeta isn't looking particularly prideful, which is something Goku then twigs and looks concerned.
Vegeta? What's going on? What's happened?
Ashamed to admit this act of cowardice, Vegeta then has to admit that he has lost his throne to Cooler, that his friends and son are now under his rule, and now Vegeta's trying to get all the help he can get to try and get the Empire back. This isn't just some sort of random call for assistance. This is the only hope that the Emperor's got right now. Despite hearing this sincere admittance of weakness, Goku is still somewhat reluctant to help Vegeta specifically. But now that he knows that Gohan and the others are in danger, he decides to at least give Vegeta a helping hand by revealing the secrets of the hyperbolic time chamber. Kami then adds his own bit of exposition, as you do in Dragon Ball, as to the effects of the room, and Vegeta is at first amazed by the supposed capabilities of such a chamber, but his mood then turns to suspicion. Vegeta is now thinking that maybe this older Namekian and Kakarot are now trying to trick him, have fun with him, play games, as maybe this whole idea of the chamber is ridiculous, it's not true. These two are now just toying with him and mocking the former Emperor for his foolish behavior. But then again, Kakarot doesn't seem like the kind of guy who would really be all that willing to screw around with someone. Vegeta is slowly coming to the realization that this would explain Kakarot's sudden boost in power. Goku offers Vegeta the chance for the pair of them to train together, so that they can get stronger together. In fact, for Goku, it's clear. Two Super Saiyans training together are far better than just one training by themselves. Goku gets so fired up by this idea of training with a Super Saiyan, he even ups his offer by suggesting that maybe they could take out Cooler together, but on the condition that once everything is over, he will take his friends and Gohan home with him. He does not want them under Vegeta's rule anymore. Vegeta is taken aback by this brazen act of defiance. How dare this oaf tell him what to do? He's supposed to be the Emperor. Oh, wait. He's not anymore. Vegeta has no other option but to agree to Kakarot's terms. And without further ado, the two Saiyans begin their training in the Room of Spirit and Time. Goku taking his second day that he could ever have in his lifetime. And as the Emperor is a bit more respectful in the storyline, they even manage to form a mutual respect of sorts for each other, which is a lot more sincere than in the original timeline. Vegeta can begin to see how talented Goku is, and he begins to, like Frieza did, see the low-class warrior's potential. What a twinge of nostalgia. Whilst training, they also figure out Super Saiyan Grade 2. And after all that's been attained, they believe now they are ready to face Cooler. Meanwhile, Bulma is tasked with repairing Kami's ship that will take our heroes back to the heart of Cooler's empire, formerly Vegeta's. And all this is looking more and more like a mission with little chance of coming out of this unscathed. Vegeta and Goku are beginning to sincerely hope that together they will be able to stop this tyrant and come home. As, quite honestly, Cooler's not expecting such a rapid increase in power from Vegeta, nor is he expecting him being helped by Goku. Before they go into space though, Kami stops them as he has contacted other divine beings, King Kai amongst others, for any possible additional assistance that they could be given, and has learned about one mysterious technique that could really help. But we won't go into the details of this technique for now. I mean, I've got to add a little bit of suspense and intrigue here for you guys. After their last training session with Kami, the two are ready to depart. The journey takes them some time, but they are surprised to see a weird mechanical-looking growth atop Vegeta 2, the former capital of Vegeta's empire. They crash land on this planet and are welcomed by some regular guards, who they're able to dispatch with relative ease, but they do know, however, that these guys are a little stronger than they should have been. Like, Vegeta doesn't remember them being this powerful. You know, he would know. It turns out that these mooks have been upgraded with cybernetics. Something is indeed not right. How can they get stronger in just a few weeks? Imagine the stronger guys. The two fight their way to the weird growth, which now seems to house Cooler's throne room. But on the way there, they are stopped by robotified versions of the Dragon Team, as well as Vegeta and Nappa, clones that is, led by Gohan. The two non-cyborg Saiyans now have to fight them off, trying not to hurt them too much, but trying to knock out these robotic versions of their friends and loved ones is proving to be nearly impossible. And so Vegeta feels that he has no choice but to try and go for a fatal shot, which then angers Goku, who blocks the beams. He attempts to make Gohan stop this madness, trying to reason with him, but the effort is fruitless, and the cyborgs manage to overwhelm the pair and take them before the eyes of their master. When we see Cooler, he's in his fifth form sitting on the throne. He says that he will enjoy ripping them apart and rebuilding them as cyborgs, as he did with their comrades. These two Saiyans should be immensely useful to the Cooler Empire. Perhaps the beginnings of a brand new armoured squadron, perhaps. Surprisingly though, or maybe because they've been hiding it, both Goku and Vegeta break apart from their bindings and manage to eat a couple of senzu beans that they'd had hidden in their gloves prior to leaving. They then transform to second grade Super Saiyans and beat Cooler to a pulp, revealing his own mechanical upgrades. This isn't done yet. The Galactic Tyrant then activates a procedure that rips their friends of most of their artificial parts. The sight isn't pretty. Said parts are then absorbed into Cooler, upgrading him into Metal Cooler! Just in his fifth form, not the fourth one like the regular Metal Cooler. This is a much cooler Metal Cooler. Metal Cooler is now much stronger, much more so than either Goku and Vegeta could have ever predicted, and they now have a serious problem. Fortunately, through King Kai, Kami has shared the secret of Metamorum fusion with them. They confuse Metal Cooler with a weird dance. They transform into Gogeta, who is now able to reach Super Saiyan 2 thanks to the joint fortitude of two second grade Super Saiyans. However, the two Saiyans have no idea what this power is. They haven't discovered it, but they don't care right now. The two warriors clash in the core of the Big Geti Star, but at the end of the day, Cooler is vanquished. However, Gogeta quickly discovers that Cooler's mind has been uploaded to the star itself, and this star is attempting to produce more bodies and try and lock them inside. Kami then contacts Gogeta telepathically and transports all their friends safely to Earth via the Dragon Balls, and with the help of Mr. Popo, is able to heal them as much as he can. In the meantime, Gogeta destroys the Big Geti Star, defuses, and manages to escape, being fried inside of it. Goku and Vegeta steal the ship and return to Earth. Their friends are still shaken, and some of them will still need a wish or two on the Dragon Balls to fully return them to normal, but they are safe. Vegeta once more offers Goku a place at his side, but again, Goku refuses, reiterating his desire to remain on Earth and protect it and his friends. Vegeta, however, offers an alternative. If they can call a truce and Vegeta promises to be more benevolent, Goku can perhaps, maybe, help train Vegeta's warriors right here on Earth. The pair of them agree. Kakarot has indeed gained respect for Vegeta, and Earth becomes an important planet in the Empire. And when Gohan returns to full health, he then decides to go with Vegeta, much to his parents' surprise. He wants to become Vegeta's advisor, as well as taking his education and fighting skills to another level. Chi-Chi is initially reluctant, but learns to respect her son's decision. Also, during his time on Earth, while he's waiting for everyone to recover, Vegeta grows closer to Bulma. So yeah, Princess Trunks happens. And without any successor to the Cold Throne, the Saiyans are now looking ahead, brightly, into the future. And that's where we're going to be leaving things, because it's the end. So what do you guys think? How did this feel in terms of an overall story? Did Emperor Vegeta sound like a cool idea? Leave a comment below, and let's get this discussion going. And I shall see you in the next video. Catch you later!